Yeah, let's go live.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Alright, why do I have?
Today's off-stream conversation was about day drinking. Um, you guys can put in chat what is an acceptable time to day drink, or when is an acceptable time to day drink. Is it
Or
every
how?
day?
How is also
How
important.
how do you day drink? Okay, okay. For me, it's vacation. If you're on vacation, day drinking is encouraged. Just like, we're all just trying to relax, trying to take a midday nap, So
if you start off the day with
Why
a
you always
mimosa, you have to go the rest of the day.
why you always gotta expose us in our pre-stream conversations? Come
because like we're human and we can't be perfect, because it's like you want to know how not to get canceled, check. It's to let people know that you suck.
Fully agree.
So hello, hi, welcome to Twisted Perceptions, where we do lots of crazy things and we play Dungeons and Dragons at the same time. So I'm excited to get back into it. So I don't think we have any announcements that I need to make. So if does anyone else have anything before we jump in? I don't think so.
No.
We are petitioning for Ford to stop leaving us on severe cliffhangers because it sucks.
Wait.
Cliffhangovers.
Cliffhangovers?
Yeah, because
No, I
we're
said more
struggling until we
cliffhangers.
figured it. You said hangovers.
Okay, well, you can blame the fact of our entire pre-stream conversation for that and David confessing to things.
It's not much of a confession. We all know it, really.
Hey.
Takes a sip of whatever.
Hangovers too, man.
Listen, cliffhangers is what keeps people coming back. Lyrie's mother audibly screamed at the computer when I left on the cliffhanger last week. And
she's back this week to see what happened. She is
Hi,
back.
Abuela.
She's already sent me a message being like, excuse me, I need the link. Is it this week? It's Monday, right? It's on Mondays. It's happening today. I'm watching the thing.
So I do think my thing has been accomplished. My mission has been accomplished. We got someone there, and they're back. So
you are.
So do we want the comfort of our players, or do we want the formula to get views?
Both
everything.
What he said.
I don't know if it's possible.
Both. Yeah, both.
Listen, I just try to be a good storyteller. I just try to be a good storyteller, and a good story sometimes leaves off on a cliffhanger. Not a lot. Sometimes though.
Listen, that's only for certain chapters. Not every single chapter. I'm sorry, every single paragraph does not leave you hanging.
But that's how it becomes a page turner, because it's like, what the fuck? I have to know what happens, So and now people are back because they have to know what happens.
Today's going to defend himself this entire game.
Today's episode is called Colorless. For those of you who play D&D, that might be kind of a scary title. For those of you who play Magic the Gathering, that might also be a scary title. It depends on the day. So why don't we go ahead and jump in? So last week, Lyrie's character had decided that she would slip under the walls of whatever this place is, and she encounters an illusion. Finds out the illusion isn't really what it seems to be, obviously, because it's an illusion. And she climbs to the walls and then starts to Spider-Man down, trying to see how deep that cavern goes. But then an older elven man's face pops up. And it looks at you and says, "Wait your turn." And then you reappear right in front of Connor.
Yep. And she absolutely was like, "This was so fun. Can we do it again?"
And from there, the doors finally bisect and crack open. And you see a large Goliath man carrying an elven woman with a single tear going down his cheek, saying, "I will never do that again." And he continues to walk. What do you guys
Let's not forget the godly PR.
Let's not forget the godly PR. We'll come
I
back
will
to
be
that.
making a trip back to make sure that man has made some fucking
We'll
progress.
come back to that in a few episodes. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
terrifying.
Um,
There better be a small like colony of people
It's gonna be
living
a side
around the
quest
lake.
for the ages. Let me tell you.
Ramonor comes up to this Goliath man. Is he taller than the Goliath?
You are taller than Goliath. Yeah, you are taller than the Goliath by about a foot.
He walks up to him and kind of looks to the woman. Can you make a medicine check? Make sure
Yes.
she's okay.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't open my character sheet. Okay, hold on. It's been a slow morning. Okay, I woke up 15 minutes before a stream. Technically.
For those of you who don't know, we're all in different time zones relatively. It's 7 p.m. where I am. It's 7 a.m. where Lyrie is, and it's 4 p.m. where Shaq and Riley are. So.
And last night I went on a surprise date to see Hamilton, so I got home close on midnight.
Oh wow, that's cute as fuck.
I am very awake. I promise.
we believe that. We do.
I'm very awake. You can see it.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at
Welcome
me-
to
give me
international
one.
D&D. We're all on different levels of fucked up.
We're also all on different levels of connection issues. I just got a big ass notification saying that I have low connection, so be prepared for that, folks.
Okay.
I feel it.
That's an 8 for
Ramonor,
medicine.
Ramonor got a 7 plus 1 for an 8 for medicine. Ramonor, you can tell that this woman is out cold. That's all you got though.
Alright, Connor would have actually already.
She's
been-
alive. She's alive, but she's just out
Was
cold.
that medicine or perception that you needed from us?
Medicine.
Lesser restoration.
Oh,
Or
Okay.
sorry, he looks at the man. And goes, do you mind if I cast some spells? Try and help her.
If you can fix this, please do.
That
Let
was
me
a
try
7.
something real quick. And he lesser restoration, sir. Does that do anything?
No.
That was a 17 med check.
A 17 medicine check on your end. Okay, you can tell that something inside of her is a little bit too big for who she is, and it is causing her some large mental pain.
Like in her
So-
head? Her head is too big? Like something in her head? Or just
No.
like,
A tumor.
No. Not a
are we talking
tumor.
like an emotional, spiritual thing, or are we talking like a physiological thing?
More like a spiritual thing.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
So Az is in here with her 30 for like 30, 31 for stealth.
Something like that, yeah.
Is the door still open?
The door is currently closing.
Can
What did I
she
get for stealth?
through the door?
You got a 30.
You got a 30.
Oh yeah, I'm following
you-
that.
She, just like she sees the Goliath, she sees that, she sees the door.
Give me an athletics check. See how quickly you can move in.
Should I make the same? Because I'm following.
Yes.
Well,
yes,
you're like on my shoulder
Yes.
Oh,
you
yeah,
need to,
that's right.
Give me a dex
as a
check
tiny
to hold on.
pixie thing.
Give me a dex check to hold on.
Dex check, straight
Yeah.
dex or acrobatics?
Dex.
No, gay dex.
So I'm gonna try something a little unorthodox.
That's 13.
I got an 11 athletics.
You crash into the door,
Sad.
and you hold on as she just kind of right into the door, face plants.
Ow.
Does that break her style?
Yes, it
Yes.
does break her
It's gonna.
stealth. Okay, Larry, you want to Heliki, you want to try something unorthodox. What is it?
Yeah. She wants to cast protection from good and evil on her
Okay.
to see if that will help.
Can you tell me what protection of good and evil does?
Yes. So it will.
I can bring it up. in-
Ramonor, what was the number you got again, by the way?
For what?
You got a ticket with a number on it. Do you remember what it was?
2 days.
With
I
a
think.
wait time. 2 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 days, yeah.
Yep, okay.
So what it
Heliki's
is,
with 3.
it will protect them from aberrations, celestials, elemental, fiend, fae, and undead. creatures of those type have disadvantage on any rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Okay.
If
sweet.
they are already charmed, frightened, or possessed, they have advantage on any saving throws.
Okay.
Against the relevant effect.
You cast this spell, and as the kind of the wash of arcane energy goes over this elven woman's body, nothing happens.
That's a right fucking mess.
You see a group of what seems to be relatively young adventurers. You see a guy with like leather armor, another guy with like a stone plate mail almost. It's like you see he kind of just like cobbled it together. Another little girl with like a wooden staff that looks super like green, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They all go up to this door, and you can see in the final person's hand, you can see a ticket that says now. And this person has what seems to be a very thin, what seems to be spell book. And as they hold up the ticket, the doors open, as it's just completely pushed out of the way. And they walk
Like
in.
one of those spinning doors, and she's just.
They walk in, and then the doors shut behind them, and you can hear almost a hitch as it locks. Connor, you got something?
Yeah, I got a 23 in that medicine check.
Oh, okay. You can tell, Connor, that her soul seems to be in agony.
Okay.
Ramanar, as you look down, you see that your ticket goes down from 2 days to 1.
Okay. He looks to the Goliath. Do you mind telling us kind of what you know about what's going on here?
Without really breaking the contact of just, you can see that they're looking towards the gates of the city. They just want to leave. You can see that this Goliath says, "The colorless one. We thought we could hunt it down, but it was too hard."
Connor's gonna walk up as listening to this, and he's going to gently tap her shoulder and cast Greater Restoration.
Okay, what does Greater Restoration do?
It undoes one effect upon the target, which could be a charm or petrify effect, a curse, reduction of the target's ability score, or anything that reduces hit point max.
A
Oh,
curse.
wow. Okay. As you sprinkle this diamond dust over this woman, nothing happens. You can see that her body is in great physical health at this point. So many healing spells and things like that has been cast on her, but nothing is changing for her in terms of her state.
So it's not a curse. Okay, never mind then. That's what he was aiming for. Okay. Connor's just gonna look at him and be like, "What has her in this state?"
We've been switched. And Connor, as you notice that, you can see that this Goliath seems to be very unsure on its footing. Like it's never, like it seems almost like a newborn elk. Very hard to walk, not used to its limbs, not used to its strength.
Wait, you just had switched?
Freaky Friday on us.
Yeah.
Our souls are not inhabiting our bodies. She is me, and I am her.
Okay.
As walks up, and she's kind of like rubbing her nose from having, slammed into the door, and just, I feel like there's a story behind isn't that we need to hear so we can avoid it? Because I refuse to be in any one of these freaks' bodies.
But you already have my fucking changeling powers. You may as well just take the rest of it.
If I ended up inside of you, I would simply... And then she just chooses to stop and not continue with what she was going to say.
Wow, look at Az having
Anyways.
self-control.
Yeah.
Haliki, what you got?
Haliki was just giving Az some adjectives of like explode, die, traumatize. You know, she's just like
Az just kind of stares at her and's like, and points. Probably all of those.
filling in the helpful blanks. That's all.
I mean, you could literally just look like yourself again, and then it wouldn't be that big of an issue.
And she would be
But I
in
would
you.
be you.
Haliki totally understands the problem of being somebody else. Like
Everyone say hello to Rita.
I saw puppies. You've been attacked.
Oh.
Roll for initiative, Ford.
Dog has
Connor?
advantage via cuteness.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the most
You
dangerous
have,
creatures ever.
I know some clerics have some ability to have their god interfere with things. Can you do that?
Divine intervention.
I could try.
We don't use it anyway. We might as
As,
well use it
as
to
just
help
puts
these
up her
people.
hand. Hold on. She looks at everyone. You're all trying to do this without having any idea what's happened.
Yeah.
And
How about we find out what's happened first?
Goliath speaks up and says, "Our souls have been switched, and his soul is too large for my body."
And she just goes, yes. How?
Was it a creature? Was it some guy that you pissed off inside?
There is, and as this Goliath tries to tell you what happened, you can see that the words get caught at the end of its mouth, and a tiny magical circle appears that shuts the Goliath's mouth, and then a little, what seems to be like a cross between a dwarf and an elf, appears before you all and says, we don't share the secrets of what's inside. And he looks to Heliki and says, you either. And then disappears.
Haliki kind of shrugs. She didn't try to tell anybody anything. She just
Yep.
wanted to do it again.
Yep.
So she's just
Yes.
like, valid.
Everybody roll a perception check for seeing that guy. You can either roll perception or investigation, whichever one you want.
We're going to
28.
23.
It's a 3.
14!
Okay, 28 and 23
A dirty
And-
20.
and 20. 28, 23, and 20. You all notice that underneath the collar of this dwarven elven man, you can see scales.
What the fuck?
Like dragon?
As
scales?
points at
Or-
where he was, looks to the group, and just goes, I don't like this place and I want to leave.
Give me an arcana check and I'll tell you what kind of scales you saw.
Can I make the same check? Because this
Color
is starting to
the
freak me
scales.
out.
Sure.
Got a 16.
no.
That's a net 1. For
That's a
I
six.
got a
nat
16.
Nat 20, Koresh Bahamuti. You, my good friend, our Arcana Master, recognize those as dragon scales. A dragon that has been transformed into a creature of their choosing.
Fuck.
You can't tell. That's a nat 20. You can tell that this is quite the strong dragon of the ancient category.
Oh, lovely.
We finally get to kill our first dragon?
You get to kill.
That was me. That was not Az.
In a dungeon, no less.
Right. You see
Dungeons
those?
and Dragons.
You see those? That's bad news. That is
See,
really fucking bad news.
see what?
Koresh, since you were the one with the nat 20, give me an insight check as well.
There is concern in the chat.
23.
23. You know that this dragon genuinely means people no harm. My fiance just gave me.
What color were the scales?
Yeah, what color are the scales actually? Just so I'm.
Would
I'm
you
gonna laugh if he
know?
says colorless.
They're
If
silver.
it's.
They're silver.
There's. Oh. Okay. No, this got so much better. Okay. Oh.
It's Bahamut in disguise. No.
Stop!
Right. So maybe not as bad news as I thought. Those are silver dragon scales. And I mean very, very old silver dragon scales. Now let me ask you this, Ford, with that 20. Do I know kind of like the temperament of those kinds of dragons? Because I know the temperament, but I want to know what Koresh knows.
Koresh would know that silver dragons aren't often very angry or mean types of dragons.
Yeah, okay. Personable, at least?
Personable. They're pretty. They're pretty by the book types of dragons. You know?
Or maybe mischievous. A
They,
little.
They're not.
They aren't even mischievous either.
I was gonna say we're not dealing with
Oh, those are
Loki and
copper
Dragon.
dragons.
So, look, silver dragons are kind of the most agreeable of the metallics. I mean, in terms of, let's say a gold dragon, they're very law and order, and everything is by the sense of good. These ones tend to like people. Why the fuck that happened is another thing entirely. So,
I told you not to say anything. You probably shouldn't say anything.
Hey,
I
Connor.
mean, that,
A
hey,
creature
listen, I didn't see what's.
on Earth that gets to tell me what to say and what not to say, and therefore, by extension, them, because only I get to tell them what to do.
And like the tiny pixie dude sitting on the shoulder just kind of like looks sideways at Az. Just, I don't know whether that's a compliment or not, but we're just gonna skip right past it. Listen.
Only
as
I
far
get to
as-
beat your ass.
yeah, pretty much. Right. So, I mean, I don't know what's down there. I can't tell you what's down there, but I can tell you what I saw. And if that's that man was not a man in the fucking slightest. That has to be a very, very powerful being, indeed. So my question is, why the fuck would a being that tends to like people do that? Unless,
Az turns to the Goliath wearing the elf. Why did you come here in the first place?
The Goliath speaks up and says, "We heard that there was a power beyond even the ancient dragon that protected this city. We heard that there was a titanium-colored dragon that had black ink spilling out of its orifices. And we came to heal it. We obviously could not."
So it's like a test thing. So it's a test of will, strength, ability.
The Goliath looks at you in annoyance almost and says, "Yes," and walks off.
Hey,
Well, that
Connor.
was fucking rude. I was asking for clarification.
So people are coming here to help the dragon, but if they fail to help the dragon, it does some, and she just kind of points in their direction, like whatever the fuck that was.
Fuckery.
Fuckery.
Major amounts of fuckery.
Definitely fuckery.
Hey, Connor, you
Fine.
want to try that intervention thing before they get too far away?
Why didn't we just say
I
that
think
when
we should
go
save.
down there?
Yeah, I was about to say, might be a better idea to keep that in the pocket in case we need some divine help for dealing with a pestilent dragon.
Well, if it works.
Connor's just gonna cross his arms for a bit, think, and he's going to go, if I do it now and it fails, I can try it again tomorrow.
The ticket only lasts. It's one more day, so we're good to go there.
But if I am successful in calling her, she is definitely gonna answer any calls of help that we may actually have for a week. So we're going to hold on to that until it is absolutely necessary to undo whatever fuckery we see.
I would.
Though she may still kick my ass for calling her, but yeah.
And coming from me, you know, the loudmouth shite head of the fucking group, caution is key. These are not beings you temper around with lightly. I'm pretty sure you've all heard stories of dragons. Now, while these may be metallic, and usually they are benevolent, their ire is not something to scoff at.
So just don't make them angry at you.
You've met me.
Yeah?
Frozen.
You don't make me angry.
Yes.
I think
Because you are an
James-
enigma.
James, you were frozen for a second.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, no, I know. I sat there and I watched all of you go fucking, like, stuck still, and I was like, oh, great. Fuck. Best to avoid their ire. I find being honest, and there is a pestilence within one of these dragons. Like any sort of being, sickness can make them act erratically, can make them nervous. Even things as powerful as dragons know that they have weaknesses.
Can
And
one
if
of
you put one, huh?
Can one of you roll history for me? Just one of you. You can do it.
Who's got the highest history? I got
I have
a
a
plus 2.
5.
Now, do we chance the chance that Ramanor has a better intelligence check than the rest of you, like he normally does
No.
for whatever
No.
reason?
No,
All
we
right.
are not chancing this one this time.
I have a plus 5.
Go, David, go. Come on, man. We're counting on you. Dice gods.
That's an 18.
Hey.
I just want to roll one anyway.
Connor, don't waste a natural 20.
I'm not trying to waste them.
Connor,
Uh,
you remember having read something about a dragon that is able to control other dragons. But you're not really familiar with anything else about it. You weren't able, usually you know, dragons are assigned colors, but you were not able to find anything in regards to the color of this dragon.
Hey,
That's all I have for you.
hey, Ford.
Hey.
Does Asper remember any of this from the first time around?
Would you like to use a deja vu die? Okay. Even or odd?
We're gonna go even.
One.
Damn it!
You do not.
I know nothing.
These deja vu dice hate us, man. We haven't had a decent deja vu dice in a while.
Connor kind of pales a little bit. And then he starts to pace. He's like, maybe? No, maybe.
Speak what's on your
As
mind, cleric.
As just kind of whatever. I came here because I was told that there was somebody who could help us find a way to the crags. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually came here in order to get magic weapons to upgrade everybody, just in case, as a secondary.
Actually, I would like to look into some magic weaponry if that's
That's kind of
possible.
the reason why we came, because we were going to outfit everybody if we could.
But I will say this: it might be that the dragon is the person that's meant to help us. I mean, think about it. Who else would know crags and underground passages, especially in a dungeon with a dragon?
Connor's
Well,
going
in
to
that
stop.
case, we have to wait a day anyway.
He's going to look at all of you. And then he's going to tell you guys exactly what you heard about the colorless dragon.
Well, you wouldn't know if it's a colorless dragon. You would just know
Well,
that you weren't able to find anything in regards to its color.
So he would just call it a colorless dragon because there was no mention of it.
Okay.
So, shite. By the way, Ford, you literally pulled an alpha from How to Train Your Dragon 2. I hope you realize that.
I don't know anything about how to train a dragon.
That makes it
Never
even
watched the
funnier.
That makes it even better. Fucking, it turns out to be a bewilderbeast over here. You know what I mean? Anyway, right. Well, again, that dragon might be our key to get into the cracks, and perhaps might also be willing to help us in gratitude, depending on what we do. So, I say we prepare for as much as we may possibly have to deal with. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I need some components and I need a weapon. Like a decent fucking weapon. Because, you know, I may be a spellcaster, but a lot of things get too close for the spells to hit, or for them to not also hit me. So, I'm gonna go do that. And the like the little pixie jumps off of Az's shoulders, and then, like, before hitting the ground, they extend, and instead of like the usual dragonborn, what you're now looking at is a big ass bugbear. Right.
You just can't make up your mind today, can you?
No,
Isn't that
not
normal
really.
for them though?
Sorry to say, my taste changed pretty much as often as a young child. I like to think it's my childlike sense of wonder. And just steps up.
Going to be hanging around today. I just wonder if some more poisons.
Can never hurt to have more poisons.
I'm gonna go find a place for us to stay for the night. And then I'm going to do that. And she just trumps off.
Okay, cool. So what do you got?
Sorry, just before I leave, I'm gonna go to Ramanor and ask for like 4 pieces of the old gold, just to see if, you know, depending on how much I need, it should be enough to cover whatever.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for magical weapons and stuff, they're not down here, so you're not going to get much more than the regular stuff.
Are you no? You sure about that? I mean, quite
Yes.
honestly, we are in a very magically inclined part of town. I thought at least there might be something.
No.
We already looked, and there's
Fuck.
nothing down here. It's only in the Citadel, and we have a day to wait to get in there.
Well, that doesn't help me very much. Well, at least for the spell components. I mean, I have been casting rather willy-nilly. Actually, do I have an arcane focus? I want to check this real quick. Because if I do, then I might not need it. Oh, my drum acts as a arcane focus. Okay. Okay. So I guess I don't need anything then. Never mind. Screw my entire side plot point because I can't get weapons and I don't need components.
Oh,
Yep.
if we're not gonna do anything else, you want to sit down and have a talk?
What about?
What happened today?
No, it just walks away.
Shoulder grab.
I don't like the consequence. I don't like the consequence chasing me right now.
And this is why he is our group bard. Okay, so
Absolutely. Contested athletics?
Yeah.
Contested athletics.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
yeah.
no. If it's a grapple, it's acrobatics and athletics. So I'll take
That's true.
acrobatics because I'm better at that.
Somersaults
Well, that's a
away.
25.
That's a 23. Nope, I'm
Ah,
not going anywhere.
darn.
hey,
He
our
tries
Twitch
to pirouette
viewers,
away.
Our Twitch watchers, would you like to meet my fiance? She's probably the most beautiful woman on the planet.
Obviously.
We all want to meet the fiance. We love her.
hither.
Come hither.
Lady.
Hi, Queen.
She appeared for 1 second, and now
she
she's
just
gone.
wanted a selfie water.
And grab shoulder.
Fuck.
Y'all roll high as fuck. I gotta remember to make y'all encounters much harder than what I have been.
Oh no!
Are you kidding
the
me?
only
No,
thing-
No, remember
You
the last 2 sessions, Az hasn't rolled
The
above
only
like
thing-
a 5.
The only reason I got as high as I did is because I now have a plus 11 to athletics.
Did you give yourself expertise in athletics?
Ramanor is extremely has been training a lot over the last 3 months,
Oh, fuck.
and
Okay,
he's
so you just
stronger and more athletic.
You just kind of see like Koresh like stiffen this big ass 7-foot tall bugbear with like the 9-foot tall furball grabbing the shoulder, and it's like the face gets pale if it could get pale.
Oh
Doge,
no!
I get
you've
so
been
sad.
Doge attacked.
No, not the Doge attack.
No, I'm getting attacked.
They said
by a
puppers.
dog.
Excuse me. All right.
Alright.
So Ramanor does that. Kind of scoots to his side, still gripping his shoulder, and just lays an arm over his shoulder. I think we're gonna talk about what happened.
Spells work in this part of town, right?
Are you?
They do technically,
outside-
yes.
Are you outside of the center citadel?
No, like I think we were still there. We never really
Okay.
left.
We're in the area before like the Citadel, and just after
Where all the like
no
magic
magic
market
shit.
thing was.
Okay, you're good. Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna use, because I'm not gonna need many spells today, I don't believe. My last 4th level spell to cast Dimension Door and go
Counter
100 feet away.
Counter spell.
Counterspell.
Counter spell? At what level?
Third, so I'll have to
Okay,
roll.
so you gotta roll. This is
What do you
gonna
gotta,
suck.
what do you gotta get?
I believe I have to get a 14.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So,
Fuck.
yeah, I
Fuck,
got it.
fuck.
16.
Son of a bitch! So
You
you
made him
just see,
lose his spell.
you just see like the little
see-
like
You get a glimpse of hope. The door appears, and then very shortly after, before you can go through, disappears.
and then you just see Koresh just kind of like just head hangs
And he just-
shoulders
he-
slump.
He starts leading him to a tavern of some sort, or some place that they can sit and talk.
God.
Oh, there's a tavern. Yeah, there's one right next to you, baby. This is
Perfect.
outside of a tavern.
I walk him right inside the tavern, get a seat,
Uh,
get him a cup of ale.
Okay, you walk
Want
into
a
the
glass of
tavern,
milk?
the Lower Citadel Tavern.
Oh, he gets a glass of milk for himself. Okay.
I think Haliki and Connor's just gonna follow along, right?
Az disappeared to go find a room for the day.
Hayaliki is actually gonna sit on the steps of the place and just kind of watch. She's really excited about all the things that are happening, and she assumes that if anybody needs her, they're gonna come back looking for her. So she's just chilling, people watching, trying to catch any rumors that are going by.
Before Connor leaves, he's actually going to take off one of the sending stones that are still on his gauntlet, looks at Haliki, nails down, hands it to her, and just goes.
And she kind of like turns it over in her hands like really, really rapidly, and then looks up at him and goes, "Shiny rock."
Shiny rock that lets you talk to me.
Shiny rock.
And she kind of just looks at him and looks at the rock, looks at him and looks at the rock, and she's like, "Talking rocks." Like she do be a dude. She's seen some nature things, but she's never tried to awaken a rock before. So she's like, "This is new."
With the fact that she's holding it already, he just taps his head, like going like this, and he just goes, "Yes, it lets me talk to you. That way, I don't have to worry about anything. Everybody else has one."
Well, unfortunately for him, she's not trained in like not spewing all of her thoughts out at you at once. So you just get an onslaught of Heliki brain, which, funnily enough, is not as hyperactive as her outside appearance. So instead you get, I wonder if I can awaken a rock or a tree. Could you make a sending tree? Is it possible?
Ascending tree.
Would it
Right.
work?
Maybe a singing tree, but not.
Give me a
work
second
the
while
same
I
way.
note that down. Sending tree.
New magic item.
You touch a tree, you think of something, and all of a sudden the tree is talking back in your head, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Haliki just gets like a bonsai. And
He's
carries it
I was
Right.
more
around.
I was more thinking like a tree. You touch it and you're like, I want to talk to this person, and then the tree
Yep.
animates and then it throws you to the person.
Oh my god!
She's also thinking about myconids and how like
Yeet.
mushrooms have spores that go
Someone
everywhere.
call
So
Babe
could she
Ruth.
turn this from a sending stone to a sending mushroom group? And then could you have connecting mushrooms so that everybody would be on a large unlimited group plan? Because mushrooms never die, but
It's
they have
just-
spores everywhere and they communicate. So her brain is literally just like going through the semantics of how to make this happen and
Why
whether
don't you just take a level in artificer? We need
This
this.
this reminds me of Rapport Spores from not another D&D game or not another D&D podcast.
Oh yeah.
She has
Rapport
absolutely
spores.
no idea that you can hear all of this, by the way. So her hands are still very animatedly, crazily, like turning over this stone as if she's just playing with a shiny. And her mental thought process is like super, super detailed.
Listen, Connor's jaw has slowly just.
You've got a druid artificer. It makes sense.
Trudificer.
Trudificer.
I feel like
All
that's
right.
impossible, but I'll try it. I'll figure
Yeah.
it
So
out.
her eyes are all
Metal
shiny
nature
and
and
innocent,
science.
Yep, her eyes are all shiny and innocent, and she looks like, you know, she could fly away and make little pretty tiaras out of flowers right now. And her mental thought process is taking over the world with mushrooms. Like, that's literally where she's at right now.
Poor
This
Connor.
is like a biologist that took a minor in engineering. That's how you do this.
So
David
Ramanor-
looks like he's having non-flashbacks at the state of engineer.
The
Ramanor
worst part
sits.
was my brain is just like, I could
Not
so do that. I
expecting
could
that.
so do that.
All right, Ramador, what are you doing?
Ramanor sits Koresh down. He's not making him uncomfortable. He's just like, yes, he dragged him in here, but gave him ale, sat him down, trying to make sure he's comfortable. Gets his milk if he can, and just kind of like takes a sip of his milk, sets it down, and looks at Koresh.
Don't worry, Ramador. People have heard of you. Everybody carries milk now.
Of course.
Random furball that needs his milk.
Nope.
So, Koresh, What happened today is problematic for not just yourself, but for the rest of us. If you'd been put in jail, what would we have done against an entire city of guards? Especially a city without magic.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
I'm waiting for
You're
it.
getting the
I'm
dad voice.
waiting for it.
You're
I'm
getting
triggered.
the dad voice.
I'm triggered. No.
We all got triggered.
We
We were all
just-
like,
Oh, Koresh, take a D4 of psychic damage right now.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Hold on. I will roll this shit right here, right now. Hold on.
Get a page out
That's
of Dungeons
full
and Daddies,
or
except
damage.
it's not dad jokes. It's the
That's
dad.
max
talk.
damage.
oh my god, that's just-
Absolutely. You should have just been 4 damage.
And you just kind of like you see him just kind of like shrink into the chair a little bit.
For those of you who don't listen to the Dungeons and Daddies podcast, you're missing out. All right, let's continue.
I feel like this needs to be a thing now with Ramanor. Every time Ramanor has a sit-down talk with a group of the party and starts his dad talk, we have to take a D4 psychic damage.
Deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You disappointed dad. You gotta take it.
12 psychic
it's
damage if
okay.
he says he's.
I'm just as much of a
If
disappointment.
he says
to
the
my
phrase,
family.
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, that's a D12 of damage.
Oh shit.
And then if he's actually angry, it's a D20.
Oh, if it's actually angry, you're probably just on the floor at that point.
Yeah, probably.
Want to place bets on who can make
So-
Ramanor angry first?
I think
I
I
will.
already won.
I'm not angry at what you did. It's more just I want to make sure you stay safe and the rest of us can help each other. Because if we couldn't solve that problem, if that person was not their first day, you might be in jail right now, and if it's in a section of the city without magic, we're essentially useless. I'm not trying to scold you too much. I just want to make sure that we all stay safe and don't make decisions that's going to ruin a lot of what we have going on.
Alright, look, I didn't think. I get it. I'm sorry, I flew off on the handles. Fucking.
I get it. Some people can be mean, and you kind of want to get back at them for it. Just, how about not city guards in a town
But those
that's
are the ones that
bigger
usually
than-
deserve it.
If you can get away with it without anyone seeing you, great. If there's multiple of them, not great.
Okay, so hold on.
Wait a minute.
Hold on,
Did
hold
Robert
on.
just go from "How dare you do this" to "This is how you do it and not get away with it"?
This is
Come
no.
on.
This is my
Listen,
dad.
listen,
Ramanor is
listen,
now my dad.
Listen,
like
Ramanor is a good guy, but that doesn't mean he gives a fuck about people.
no, listen. I'm telling you right now. I have had this conversation with my dad. This is like to a T. Okay.
All right, cool. As you guys,
If you're gonna
Alright.
do it, just don't get caught.
And like you see like the dejected like slowly like curling into himself. This bugbear just kind of like leans back a bit and gets the smuggest grin on his face. You know, for a paladin, you really do know how to have some fun.
I follow the rules of nature, and everything's acceptable in nature.
Love it. I love it. Okay.
Connor,
Uh huh.
not Connor. I'm sorry, Koresh. As you lean back in your chair smugly, do you notice on the wall a poster? And the poster says, "The Red Opera. And underneath that gives a location, Hammerfall Hills. You see a blue tiefling with glowing red eyes holding a gilded porcelain mask.
Do I know anything about this prior to or no?
No.
Please tell me that he's going to tell that to Connor when he sees him.
That's his decision.
No, I'm gonna keep that to myself, but I am
You
definitely making my
fool!
but I'm making a day plan.
Well, you can hear his thoughts.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you something. If I can use telepathy and shit like that, can
You
I just turn that off?
You can willfully choose not to share thoughts since you can
Yeah,
use
no,
telepathy.
100% not sharing any thoughts, not letting anything be heard right now.
Okay.
Letting my sick, twisted mind
Especially with
just
the
come up
scolding
with
of
ideas.
Ramonor.
Ramonor, give me a perception check.
Why you make me do perception? Oh, actually, that's a 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, Ramonor, you notice his eyes dart to a mask a couple of times. Not to a mask, to a poster a couple of times. And as if he's like trying to read it and like gain all the information from it without anyone noticing. What do you do?
Ramonor
Wait,
just gets
should
up
I
and
roll-
takes the
should I roll
poster.
sleight of hand? Can I roll sleight of hand against that at least to try and like make it at least seem like I'm trying?
Well, the poster is like 10 feet away from you.
Yeah, but like just to kind of like avert my gaze enough.
Sleight
to
of
not make it-
eyes.
Yeah,
Sure,
sleight of
yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, you gotta
Just-
beat his,
just-
you gotta beat his
just-
20.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Okay. I
Yeah.
wanted a chance. I wanted
Okay.
a chance.
It's okay. Yeah. Ramonor, you get up and grab the poster.
And I come sit back down with it.
All right, cool. From there, we'll take our break.
Let's do it.
This is going to be good.
Hey, this is a good episode so far, guys. We're having a good time, you know?
I took 4 psychic damage from a disgruntled dad talk.
I'm
then
not
came
angry.
to have
I'm
a
just
bit of a-
disappointed.
Just slightly triggered at the fact that it sounded like my own dad for a second.
Everybody sit here with daddy issues.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have
Dads, what are
parental
those?
neglect.
Oh, no. Okay.
And break.
Okay, we'll break it. We'll see you guys in a couple minutes. We're definitely losing it. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys.
Emotional damage.
Emotional
See you in a few
damage.
minutes, guys.
See you guys in a bit.
Bye.
Oh, God.
actually back on right now.
Yes, we are back.
Oh.
Hello,
Oh.
everybody.
Dang, I didn't get to put on my character. Hello, hi, I'm Saquon. I'm affectionately referred to as Ford. And I'm really happy that all of y'all are here. I'm not looking at the chat today. I didn't want to be distracted by all the craziness going on in the chat.
That's my job. Hi.
But I hear that you guys are enjoying our game so far. So hey, hey Shaq, do your thing.
Hi, fam. I'm here to give you your weekly spiel on our social media that you should definitely be checking out if you aren't already checking out. If you would like to be kept up to date on the absolute insanity that is this group, as you can already tell by the shenanigans that have happened today with things like emotional damage, you should definitely be on our social media. So, first things first, we've got a Discord server. If you're not already there, you should go. You should join us. It's trying to go a community because we want to bring people together for D&D in general. People of all experience levels with D&D to just have fun and vibe with us because we like vibing. So, Discord server, we've got a YouTube with all our past episodes on it. So, if you haven't been with us since the beginning and you want to catch up and get the context for half of the things happening, you should go watch the previous episodes. We also, we have our Twitch here. We have an Instagram. We have a TikTok. You're checking those things out. And all of that can be found on our Linktree. We also have a Patreon for patron things that can give you fun little perks in game and in server. So you should check that out.
You should check that out because it's gonna be great. Okay. And also be around on our stream. If you're not in our Discord server, you'll hear tomorrow what is going to happen. But if you are not on our Discord server, next Sunday during stream, I'll be announcing a fun little thing we'll be doing with another Twitch stream. So you guys are here for that. But you'll hear all the details tomorrow if you're on our Discord server. I'll be making an announcement of that. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Anything else coming up? No, we still have some other stuff in the works though. Once more things get put to stone and we get stuff figured out, we'll be making announcements. All of our first announcements always go out to our Discord channel. If you're on Discord and you want to keep up and be on the cutting edge of what we're doing, know that you need to be on Discord, on our Discord. As much as it is a text RP, it is where we do push out a lot of our stuff, where we have our talkback show afterwards. Sometimes all of us are there, sometimes only a couple of us are there. But that's where you get most of the information, and that's where you get it the earliest as well. So, without further ado, let's hop back in.
Chaos continue.
Az is off in her corner making poison, and Ramanor just grabbed a poster. I'll describe the poster one more time. The poster is of a blue tiefling in what seems to be like a suit vest holding a gilded porcelain mask with glowing red eyes. The caption at the bottom says The Red Opera, and the location at the bottom of that says Hammerfall Hills.
And still middle of that. Meanwhile, Connor has jaw dropped in front of Hiliki because he just can't get over the entire mental overload of mushrooms as cell phones.
She's actually starting to veer away from this, not realizing that holding the sending stone itself is what's connecting her, so that her mental processes are literally just flooding his brain right now. And she is actually eyeing out the courtyard looking for the biggest tree.
All right, you find a tree actually in the center of the courtyard. It's the only tree.
Yep, she's gonna flutter right on over to it. And she's gonna start off with Speak with Plants, not realizing that she is still connected to Connor. She's gonna put one hand on the tree.
Okay.
Tree.
it like you can feel inside of it. It's like, I am the great math tree. Answer these riddles 3, and I shall answer thee.
You kidding me?
She's absolutely gonna give it a go. She's gonna try and answer the 3 riddles.
Be odd. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? 2 plus 2.
Oh my god.
Answer the fucking question.
Tilt
Haniki.
her head.
Wait, hold on. Does Haliki also mentally think the question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Connor would answer for her. She would just get 2 plus 2 equals 4.
And she absolutely, it just kind of like goes, yeah, that makes complete sense. 2 and 2 is 4. And she says to the plant, 2 plus 2 more is 4. If you have 2 seeds and I have 2 seeds, then together we have 4 seeds.
Okay, cool.
Not just a simple answer, it's got a whole ass
the
thing
tree
to
just
it.
says, you are correct. Second question. The tree kind of shifts to the side a little bit almost, and it says, you find 4 kobolds running down an alleyway, and you shoot a shot and hit one of them. How many kobolds are left?
4. I shot 1, but there's still 4 of them. No one said the other one disappeared.
Technically, he didn't die, so yeah, there's still
Yeah,
4.
yeah. In D&D, a lot of people get shot more than once, and they still don't die.
The tree says, wrong.
No.
She like puts her hands on her hips real cross-like, and she's like, that's not wrong. Unless you're telling me that the
The
arrows are
3
different and you
kobolds, the 3 kobolds would have scattered. The other one would be left on the floor. Therefore, you'd be left with 1 kobold.
You're tricky. I like you. Next one.
We had dad talking math tree.
She's
What
like,
are we on Sesame Street?
Apparently, we took a wrong
the-
turn at Albuquerque.
All of a sudden, there's a
tree
red fuzzy bastard
stops
named
communicating
Elmo.
with you. The tree stops communicating with you.
She's so sad about that, and then she kind of like pats the tree, and she was like, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to be able to walk around, but I suppose you don't want to go for a walk around.
The tree starts talking again and says, whoa, hold on. Hold on. I have kind of a crazy thing going on. I'm sorry. Let me back up. Walking.
Complete voice change.
Walking.
So my friend gave me a magic rock, and he says that the magic rock means that he can talk to my head. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could talk out loud and move around? And it turns out I know how to do that.
Well, I was just using that last voice to fuck with you, but I mean, if you can make me walk, that'd be kind of great.
Oh,
I
Haliki,
absolutely
we should not make random math trees walk around.
And she's like this big right now. Like, she's tiny. And she's like, I can help you walk. Do you want to walk?
Yes.
Her hand
Do
just
we need to have
dives
another
into
dad
her
talk
back.
with Haliki?
Haliki,
Making strange trees walk.
unless you can make the tree help us with whatever it is tomorrow, don't get the tree, make the tree agree to help us, then we do it. If not, be like, when we come back tomorrow, I'll help you. You know, just...
She kind of shrugs and she looks at the tree and says, it'll work for 30 days. And then after that, you get to decide if you just want to go back to not walking. Okay?
And this will be Connor's reaction hearing that.
Can we all hear this? Is this anybody with a sending stone can hear
We
this?
are going to be banned from this
No.
city.
No.
We polymorphed a guard. We're taking the
awakening a
central
tree.
tree and making it walk away.
I love the central tree. It's the big fucking tree in the middle of the
Only
city.
tree here.
Agate, which because she's like this tiny, the chunk of agate is like this big compared to her.
Oh my god.
And she's like struggling with it to get it right in the heart of this tree. And she sets it into the crown of the tree really careful, like, and kind of
We
like
had a tree
adds some
once.
dead leaves around it and then casts Awaken.
Okay, that's gonna take you 8 hours.
Yep.
All right, cool.
So she's just like mentally going over the spell. So unless you like unlink your sending stone so you don't have to listen to it, you're about to know how to cast Awaken from the inside of her head.
Technically,
I would like
Connor
to
be-
point out that the only person in this party that isn't getting us in trouble in this city is the rogue.
Hey, Connor
the
hasn't
cleric.
done anything.
And
What
the
did
cleric
Ramanar do to
and
get
the
us in trouble?
paladin. So shut the fuck up, Az.
Ravenar's trying to stop the trouble, or at least get him to do the trouble and not get caught.
Yeah, at least do the trouble the right way, you know?
Connor hasn't done anything.
Like if you're gonna do crime, do it right.
Connor's
I
just
need that
gonna
on a
sit there.
t-shirt with
Yeah,
your
we
face
do
on
that.
it. Just forward.
Well, with
If
that
you're
t-shirt,
gonna
My face on
try,
it?
Do it right.
Okay,
Yes,
see, that
your
might,
face on
see,
it. That's
that's
gonna
the
be-
problem. That might get some people shot. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. The world we live in today.
He has a point.
see, the shirt needs to be be gay, do crime, do it right.
Be gay, do crime, do it right. Okay, I need that. I need that as
You could put James's face
Trademarked.
on that shirt.
If you put my face on it, at least the branding would be correct.
Okay, so another question. Since Connor is now listening to how to actually use Awaken,
No, you can't learn Awaken.
I figured as much, but hey, it never hurts.
Now, you
I
can
thought
probably
of-
learn
I
it,
thought
but
about
being
it.
able to cast it's a different question.
Yeah, that's fair. You can learn it, but you can't cast it. Give me 1 second. My dog is whining inside of the room.
Meanwhile, the rogue is sitting in some random room in a tavern making poison.
And Ramanor is just sipping milk and looking at this poster and sharing a time with Koresh.
Now-
Emotional damage.
See, it turned from emotional damage into do your shit right so we don't get in trouble.
I think our resident fairy just went to go cast Awaken.
Yeah, so that's that. She's fine doing whatever she's doing. All right, so what are we doing?
I guess Ramanor and Koresh.
Yeah, it's just you two now. You guys just want to go ahead and call it a long rest?
You can have a little more time.
Is there any chance for it? Any chance in any way that there is somewhere a magical weapon that I can procure?
Not in the immediate vicinity, no.
Damn it! I am the only one without one of these things. Okay.
Ramanor's been gifted each weapon he has.
Yeah, you get yours for free. Now I have to track one down like a goddamn dog.
Actually, you're looking for magical weapons, right?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have one that can do extra damage or anything or get extra to hit, but I have a warhammer that cannot be dropped.
I don't think I'm proficient with warhammers.
What are you proficient with?
Simple weapons.
Crossbow, hand crossbow, longsword, rapier, short sword, simple weapons.
I think warhammer is a simple weapon. Hold on, let me double check.
If I am a bard that is able to wield a warhammer and only
No,
have
it's
a
martial.
yeah,
Wait, you trained in rogue, right? Don't you
Yeah.
have proficiency with weapons in that?
no,
That's only simple, not martial.
yeah. There's only a
Rogues
few
only
martial
get
weapons
simple?
to get.
Uh-huh.
I'm also a bard with negative to strength, so like bear in
Oh,
mind if you give me a
fair.
strength-based weapon, I'm gonna never
Hold
hit
on.
anything.
Let me see what Ramanor's got on him, because I think he's got a few weapons.
No,
Not magical, but
Connor don't have any magical. Sorry.
It's all good. I will just continue to look.
yeah, no, he doesn't. Okay.
I will
well-
continue my search at a later date.
Well, tomorrow we can try and find you a weapon in the Citadel. How about we don't polymorph any guards? At least for today.
What if it's away from the rest of the guards and they don't know what's going on?
Let's just have a 1-day time frame where we don't have any more of that.
Ah, fine.
We're probably just gonna sleep, rest, whatever. I don't see you needing to polymorph a guard before we need to go to the Citadel. In there, we definitely don't need to polymorph any guards.
Unless we're told to.
Unless you're told to by them for whatever reason. I don't know why, but if they do, then go right ahead.
Or if the dragon tells us to. You know, maybe the dragon doesn't like the guards. Maybe the guards get in the way of, you know, it protecting the city. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Like I said, if you're going to commit the act, do it without getting caught.
That's why I said when no one else was around and nobody could see it. I understand you. I hear you. Don't worry. And like just this devious, like the slip in the voice is coming because now they're getting excited. Just like
Mhm.
thinking of all of these ways to get away with various murder crimes.
How about this? If you don't polymorph someone within the next... Before we go to the Citadel, I'll drink ale with you.
He said he'd drink ale.
I'm sorry, what?
Do I need to repeat myself?
I think you do. I think I fell into shock there for a second.
If you don't polymorph anyone before we have to go into the Citadel, I will drink ale with you.
You get whiskey and you got a deal.
I have no idea what that is.
Cool, then we're doing that.
Oh, if it
And he
tastes
holds
as
it-
good
they
as
hold out a hand.
if it tastes as good as ale, I guess I'll try it. And then he shakes his hand.
Right on. Well, I guess I gotta put these fucking cocoons away. Just like bag of like small like chrysalises cocoons for like butterflies. Why do I even have these? I have a rhythm maker strum. Fuck.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, all this is happening, and he's keeping an eye on Haliki. Can Connor just like kind of walk around trying to see if he can get any info on if where to actually purchase weapons, magic weapons in here, or is it all through the door?
Yeah, sure. You can look around. There's tons of people. Who you want to try and go to?
Anybody that looks like they have a bit of money and they also have like a bit of magical gear on them. That looks like it's not their first time that they're here. They're just like, yeah, okay, it's like I've been here enough times by now.
You scan the. Give me a perception check. I didn't think you would do this. I
That's
had it
a
ready just in case you
19.
did. Okay. All right. So you see the room that you're in with this tavern. This seems almost like an exclusive club. You look to the edge of the room and you can see a group of adventurers sitting together. All seem fairly know what they do. And at the center of this room, you see a Kenku.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
Looking at the Kenku.
What color is the Kenku's beak?
It's black.
Darn it.
It's like, wait, hold on. Didn't we already deal with the Kenku once before?
Yes, but his beak was gold. It was goldy. It was as his handler.
Yeah. He's in the same tavern with Koresh, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He would get up, and he would really just kind of like grab the back of Koresh's shirt and just kind of like jerk it a little bit. As if telling us, like, I need you to come with me.
And like nimbling up the fingers as he sees that these people look expensively wealthy.
And Connor's gonna walk over with Koresh And what would he see at the table? Is he drinking ale or
Yeah, he's got a large cask of ale on the table as well as an entire bottle of whiskey.
half empty, half like still a way to go,
Seems
or is it
seems fresh. Seems
okay?
fresh.
He's going to actually walk up and he's like, look, we actually have a nice group to actually talk to this time. Looking towards Koresh. I'll pay for the next bottle when you guys plan on refilling it.
I do believe you are correct. These ones seem of certain esteem.
One of the elves starts to speak up and he says, "Who?" And the Kenku puts his hand out, hushing him. And then Kenku hands you a card. Normally Kenku can't speak. Goldie's a different story, but normally Kenku can't speak. And the Kenku hands you a card. It seems laminated, well taken care of, like he prepared. He's like this was already prepared. And the card,
Lamination?
the card reads, "Who are you?"
Connor bows. It's like, well, I'm Connor. This is a good friend of mine. Koresh. We're new, we're kind of getting lay of the land. We just want to find out a couple of things. Do you mind if we sit with you?
Is this in the tavern?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is Ramanor there too?
Yeah.
Ramana would definitely see this.
The Cancun motions to the seats.
Connor would spin it
Much
around and
obliged.
sit in it.
And Koresh is just gonna kind of like grab one of the chairs and just sort of like kind of post up a bit. Like think Captain Morgan, but just much more elegantly. Just like kind of like chest out a bit and like trying to get a lean as much as possible for a 7-foot bugbear on the back of this thing.
Yeah, you're trying
Ramanar-
to peacock. Yeah, I got you.
Ramanor walks over and just stands near the table. Completely just
Not
Um,
understanding.
whole goofy
Body
style.
guard mode.
Connor, the Kenku's eyes squint, and he slides you another card, and it says, "What do you want?"
Like I said, try to find out the lay of the land. What are the rules? Where to find such magnificent gear that you guys have?
One of the elves speaks up and says, "Not here."
Well, clearly not here. And he looks around. This is a tavern where you buy drinks and food.
The Kenku slides you another card and says, and it reads, "Do you know who I am?"
No, but I'm sure we'd like to. We do find ourselves rather interested in, we'll say, experienced company. And you all seem like very experienced folk.
And you also
We-
look as if this isn't the first time you're here, so.
We don't mean to be, what's the word, intrusive or rain on your proverbial parade. Simply just some conversation, some tips shared between adventurers. It's not like it doesn't happen often.
Ramanor's just munching on bread.
The Kenku slides you a card, and you know the Kenku gets confused for this all the time because he has a curated laminated card for this, and it says, "I'm no adventurer."
Oh, well then, what are you? If I may be so bold as to ask, again, we mean no harm and we mean no issue. We just simply would be curious to know.
Not like this.
You're not supposed to.
The
Someone
Kenku-
please summon the stabby rogue fighter.
The Kenku
Listen, they
slides you
took
another card.
Kaleki's suggestion to heart about doing things on their own without having to have Az hold their hand every step of the way. It's just not what she meant. Okay.
The Kenku slides you another card, and it says "treasurer."
You're a treasurer. Okay, treasurer for this city then, or another.
The Kenku
perhaps.
shakes his head no, and the elf speaks up and says, "You're asking too many questions. Who are you?"
Well, and we're gonna have some fun here because if I remember correctly, I just want to check and make sure that I have this right. Background. Okay. So Koresh is going to and flip just a quick spin and is back to the Emerald Dragonborn that you are all well and love. And they smile with a bit of a bow and a flare and pulls out a lute. I'm sure you actually might have heard of me for by my feature entertainer and by popular demand. I do carry a bit of weight in my name. Have you ever heard of Koresh Bahamuti?
Hi, I'm Ron. No, I'm joking.
This is Jake from State Farm.
No, I'm joking. That's a Dungeons
What are you
and
wearing,
joke.
Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
Some khakis and a button-down red shirt.
Give me a flat D20. Depending on this roll, tells me how famous you are.
Watch me die. That's an 18.
Oh, okay. One of the other people, the half orc, the half orc speaks up. Is like, I've heard of this Koresh. He's entertaining. No one knows what the fuck he does, but he seems to be quite fun.
I appreciate that. In fact, I'm a man of many talents. I pride myself on written word and a good bit of playing, but I find myself a rather good fan of what's the word I'm looking for?
Good drinks, good company.
Lyricism.
Oh, that's it.
Well, that hey, listen, I don't just go for the women. You know me. I play on either side of the board, but all I'm really looking to inquire is perhaps a place that you might be aware of to, let's say, procure such weapons in a place such as this. I know that it's not common around here, but then again, as a treasurer, and if it's a treasurer by what I believe it might be for, you might know some of the underground channels now, don't you?
Commoner tosses a piece of old gold on the table.
Give me a persuasion check, Koresh with advantage.
What's your persuasion?
Mine's +6, so that's a 24 to start, and we'll see what I get next. Yeah, we'll go with that 24.
Yeah, you will. Okay. The Kenku picks up the old gold and kind of flips it in his fingers. And he nods to the elf, and the elf says, well, there's nothing you can buy here in this town that is of the magical item variety. But if you're in this town, then you must know of that dragon that sits at the bottom of that dungeon here. And we all
I'm
know
quite well aware.
we all know dragons hold riches, weapons, money, gems, and many other things. So that's why we're here. And they hold up a ticket that says 5 days.
Don't show the ticket. And you hear, like, in those two hear in their mind from, telepathy, don't show them our ticket.
Oh, really? Ticket? Huh. We never got one of those. Oh, now you know something we gotta look out for.
Not in.
Give me a deception check, Connor.
Connor!
Got one to make.
-2 to all your charisma
No.
rolls.
Yeah. But no,
Honestly,
that was actually
I
more.
don't think.
That was actually more in like their head, kind of like.
Oh, okay,
just,
okay.
Oh,
he was not-
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine, that's fine.
The whole like, what ticket? Yeah.
Damn, if Ricky was all with you guys, you could have bartered off her ticket.
Now, what, pray tell, and this is just by my sheer curiosity, as you know, bards like a good story. What, pray chance, is your intent with said dragon? Are you planning to plunder it and make it squirm while you take its riches from it? Or are you planning to prove your worth, so to speak?
Give me an investigation check.
I have a +2. Let's hope. That's a 15?
You notice that that group is not strong enough to kill a dragon at all.
Yeah,
Like,
no, figured.
You and Ramanor have a better chance than that whole team. And the elf speaks up and says, "We're here to kill the dragon, of course."
You see Koresh stifle himself for a second, just lads, and this is just coming from somebody who's seen the way of the world and has a bit of experience with a lot of different creatures and a lot of different places. I want you to take a good hard look in the mirror. And again, not saying nothing. And possibly reevaluating that.
Give me a charisma check. I want to see if you offend them by that or not.
Okay. Let's hope. That's a 14.
The half orc stands up in a threatening manner, but the Kenku puts his hand out.
Ramanor also takes one step forward.
And you hear the Kenku chuckling. And the Kenku hands you a card, and it says, "We'll be on our way now." And they get up and leave everything at the table, even the old gold.
Connor's gonna wait.
Wait, you
still
said
sitting in his
left
chair.
everything at the table?
The whiskey, the cask of ale, all of it. Just anything that was on their person they took, but anything that was on the table they left.
I'm going to telepathically to the Kenku before they actually get out the door. A fine treasurer knows when to place his bets and where to spend his money. But a good one knows when to fold.
Gotta know when to hold 'em.
Don't drag your people to their grave if you're not willing to tell their families where the bodies got left.
You can see. Actually, no. Give me a persuasion roll.
Like, it's hard to read emotions off of a Kenku because it is a bird.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 21.
You see the Kenku make kind of like a circular hand signal to his team. They all stop, and he hands the elf a card that says, "Go home." And the elf is kind of astonished. And then the Kenku looks at you and nods and walks off.
Connor's gonna take the bottle of whiskey on the table and just kind of like raise it to the group. Not as not like threatening or anything. He's just like,
Ramanor hasn't had his whiskey yet, right?
Nope.
No. But that's for tomorrow. If I don't polymorph anybody. So we'll see how that goes.
Ramanor put good faith in it. You'll drink tonight.
Oh.
I mean, there's no point in drinking tomorrow.
Well,
because they're going to be going into the Citadel.
I think we just did something good there, lads. I think perhaps the drink is in order. And they take up the
Connor's
bottle.
already serving.
Yeah, okay.
What does Ramanor roll to see if he likes it?
Koresh
Give me a flat
picks
D20.
up the shot glass. Perhaps a toast.
A 2. Fuck, give me a constitution check, Ramanor.
Constitution save?
Save, yeah, I'm sorry.
Connor's just gonna take the
13.
glass.
All right, you take the glass and you drink it. It's the worst thing you've ever fucking had. Nothing's wrong with you. Like, you don't throw up. You're not drunk. but it's absolutely just the worst thing you've ever drank in your entire life.
It's like the white girl taking a shot without any chaser. That's the kind
Yeah.
of face he gives.
Yeah, it's like imagine drinking LaCroix, bleach, and cat piss all at the same time.
Oh,
That's just no.
that's a bad taste on your tongue.
I don't think I want to drink that again.
That's all right. Just means more for me. Connor stirs himself.
Oh, you fucking top me up. Don't you fucking play stingy with me.
Connor does it also. Takes another shot and just looks
All
at them.
right, so you guys drink into the night, and we'll call that the end of your night. Okay.
Yeah.
Ramen will drink his ales in substitution.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure Az probably found a room in this tavern or somewhere close.
Yep. You
Okay.
all wake up. Heliki, you had to spend 8 hours getting this thing taken care of, so I regrettably will have to give you a point of exhaustion.
Absolutely. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. She knows.
Yep. So you will have to take a point of exhaustion for the remainder of the day until you take a long rest.
And now we have an end to roaming the city.
And now there's
Have the great math tree roaming the city.
You all wake
threatening
up and
people
you
with
see
math
Heliki
rules.
riding on the shoulder of a giant mystical tree.
Tiny little fairy legs just swinging, and she kind of like waves down at you all. Good morning.
Did I drink too much last night? Am I still drunk? Are you all seeing that?
And Connor just goes over, pats Koresh's arm. He's like, no. You just don't want to know what's in her head. You don't want to know what's in her head.
Raminer being from a place full of druids and having druids in his family knows what awaken is. So he's just like, so you awoke the tree?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I was thinking about how the shiny rock makes people talk in their minds, and then I got a bit distracted, and then I was like, trees.
The tree looks down and he's like, "What's up, guys?"
Connor's face though is a little distracted. Did I go through?
and all of a sudden you just see Koresh like,
if I were y'all, I'd be careful in that dungeon. They're scary down there. And he just walks off.
the great math tree turned into just tree port.
She kind of pats the tree, and she's like, "Do you want to wait outside for us?"
No.
No.
So, quick thing.
Sure.
Just want to note this. Because it's the staff of the woodlands, you only have to use an action to expend staff charges to cast the spell.
Oh, right. Yep.
Could have done that.
Just asking if that is
Would have used her
Retrospectively.
staff.
Huh?
Yeah, she would have used the staff if she could, but I don't know if you would be all right with that, Ford.
I was just
Let's keep
thinking
the
about
point
it.
of exhaustion this time.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Now
about it. I
that-
was like,
now
I want
that
my
we
teammates to be
know,
as
now
good
we
as
know.
they can be.
So the tree is also charmed for 30 days to be like friendly
Okay.
towards us. And we are
Okay.
friendly towards it in return. As long as nobody's mean to the tree. Don't be mean to the tree. Don't hurt the tree.
As
Isn't here yet. She's still upstairs.
If you're mean to
Cool.
the tree, it might not want to stay awakened. Don't be
Tepa-
mean to the tree.
telepathically to
Oh
Az.
wow. Yeah, he's like, yeah, we'll fucking wait for you outside. You need drinks, you need food. What do you need? You
She
need
just
some
like
bitches?
hugs this tree and she's like, just be our friend. It's okay.
I wouldn't mind
Bradley
food
was
and
like,
drinks.
what?
Though. I would not mind
So-
food and drinks.
So Koresh like telepathically to Az, because this telepathy is fucking broken for the distance on this. Hey, we've got a walking, talking tree outside with a fairy that's just loving on it. I think you might want to get down here at some point, preferably pronto. I'm scared.
Ramanor is just taking the time because he's not too worried about the tree. He's more worried about like, hey, what are these guards going to think about awakening a tree in the middle of their city? But he's just like, you know what? I had my talk already with one of the group. So he's just
Robert,
writing the names on the ticket to make sure they're there.
Yep, your ticket says 4 hours.
Okay.
As comes down like a minute later, like tugging down her sleeves and clearly half awake. She was up really late making the poisons and toxins and things. And just kind of
Okay.
walks down and stares.
Hi. Good morning.
Today is day drinking. Okay. And she just goes over to
Connor
the bar.
already had like a freaking glass of ale ready for her, and just holds it out.
Just plops down and
Speaking of
starts
day drinking,
I don't
Full
know.
circle, guys.
Everybody's
We
so
made it full
stressed
circle
about.
today.
We made it full circle. Day drinking for the win.
Connor would end up just like going over his spells and everything also, like
We are
final
doing nothing
touches.
but chaos.
He's just like, okay, this is good. All right.
As she's like sitting at the table, she reaches into like the side pouch and pulls out 5 vials and just kind of like grabs one and then like pulls a thing and out and like scribbles on it, like labeling the different things she's got made now.
Mm-hmm.
clearly labeled vials of poison on your person. That's always good.
I love that, yeah.
I mean, you gotta use the right poison in the right instance. Okay, you
That is
don't
true.
want to coat your weapon in a poison that has to be ingested because that's just a waste.
Exactly.
Or it'll just do a different thing.
Maliki like puts her hand up like she's asking a question real quick, and she's just like, excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
And she kind of like wiggles her wings happily because you acknowledge that she was asking politely, and she was like, I have a way to make foods if everybody's hungry, and breakfast foods,
We're in a tavern.
but it's free.
That I can't argue with. I'm down for the free one.
And she casts Hero's Feast.
Oh my god!
Holy fuck.
Let
All right,
Ford
that
know
works.
what that does.
Yep.
Yeah,
that takes
Let
takes
our
an hour,
streamers know what that
right?
does.
Yeah, I'm gonna chuck it in the thing.
Yeah.
It costs 10. It takes 10 minutes to cast.
Oh, okay. In that time, can Ramanor find a guard?
Sure. What do you want to do?
He's gonna walk up to the guard. Hi. And is this near where the tree used to be?
The guard's like, yeah, what the fuck happened?
Lasts for 24 hours.
Well, see, there's a druid. They love trees, and they kind of wanted to give it life. So now it's walking and talking. I don't know if that spell will last if it leaves this area of the city. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. Just kind of want to let you know there's no harm in it. It won't hurt anybody. It's very friendly, actually. Very appreciative of being able to come alive. But yeah, that's what happened.
By the way, y'all, 10 temporary hit points.
No, it's
Yeah.
10 max HP that's added.
Yeah, you get 10 HP max added. You are cured of all diseases and all poison.
Okay.
And you become immune to poison and being frightened. And
I'll
you make
say-
all wisdom saves with advantage
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah.
for 24 hours.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so much fun.
And it takes her about 10 minutes. And then she offers a good berry to the tree as well. Because,
I guess we're just gonna, do that.
Really big
Breakfast?
meal before God knows what. Yeah. No, that
What is
works.
You
is
just see the Dragonborn run up, and it's literally just like Ramanor's parents' place. It is disturbing.
As just, can you eat like a normal person for once?
And then, like, in a flash, it's just like table, knife, and fork. Just the biggest, like, shit-eating grin on their face. Like, I could have done this the whole fucking time.
He reaches over and just smacks them upside the head.
Hey!
Think they like
Um,
the food.
Starts eating.
Ramanor, your ticket dings, and you look at your ticket, and it goes from 4 hours, and immediately says now.
Time to go.
It's time to go.
Fuck.
You.
Well,
Yeah.
You
Eating
guys
on the
head to
go.
the doors.
Eating on the
and
go.
You guys head to the doors.
Well, I thought we had 4 hours.
You did. You guys head to the doors, and you see that team that went in the day before come out with utter defeat on their faces. No one's been hurt. They all
These
look like
tickets
they're
make no
okay.
sense.
And one of them looks at you guys and is like, "Good luck. We gave up." And the doors.
Pretzel?
Az didn't meet these people, so she looks at the others like, is there something I should know about?
The doors open,
We're fine.
and,
And she.
a little elven man comes out of the darkness and says, "Your turn." And he
Ramanor
disappears.
hugs each one of the other group's members before heading out.
Chorish is
Said it's okay, champ. It's okay.
It's okay.
like
At least
clattering
he hugs
knees.
the tree, and then she goes and flies over to Romanor and settles on his shoulder. She's ready to go. He
We've
added
got,
her
like-
name to the paper.
We've got like Koresh over here with like the shaggy knees, like whenever he's afraid, and all of a sudden it's just like chattering kneecaps.
Listen,
Um,
as we start heading down, Connor is going to very calmly tap himself in the shoulder twice. And what he's doing is using Vigilant Blessing to get advantage on the next initiative roll. And Gift of Alacrity, which allows me to add a D8 to an initiative roll for like the next 8 hours.
Damn, you going crazy. All right, cool.
And
You
we've got
guys,
those
He goes
advantages.
first.
you
We've
guys,
got immunity to poison, those advantages on wisdom saves.
and I don't think you can be frightened either.
That's correct. We cannot be
Yeah.
frightened. Or
Okay,
Our breakfast is so good, nothing scares us.
Mm-hmm.
you guys walk into these doors, and they shut
Oh.
behind you.
And at the moment as they shut, he uses Eyes of Night on everybody.
Okay,
So
everyone
for an
can
hour,
see.
we have 300 feet of dark vision.
Great.
Nice.
Oh.
You guys can see.
How much
what
feet?
Looks like 300 feet.
300.
A staircase that seems to go both simultaneously up and down.
I don't like this already.
Oh, the stairs. Be careful. It kind of. And then I assume her voice would cut out.
Yep.
Because she's not allowed to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So she's like, "Oh yeah, the stairs. Be careful." And then she kind of shrugs.
Are we and is that elven man still here?
No.
Important question. Is she still thinking the thought even though the words
The-
stop?
The thought is stopped as well.
Damn.
Az is going to stealth because Az.
I'm gonna make a perception check or investigation
Chorus
or
is
something.
That's a
behind.
30 for stealth.
Okay,
Az
cool.
disappears.
As
That's
you disappear,
That's a nat 20 for 30.
okay,
I
you both,
fucking
you both disappear into the darkness and try and run away.
We're not trying to run away.
we're trying to just make sure that we're hidden from whatever the fuck we're about to go deal with.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're disappeared into the darkness. Sure. Yeah, no one can see you.
We're not gonna run away from the party.
You're
Gross.
as you're back to back with Connor, and Connor somehow just doesn't know you're back to back with him. And Ramanor, Koresh is also back to back with you, and
And
they just don't know.
That's a 5 perception. So yeah, no, I have no idea.
I'm
what's
just
going
like-
on with the
I'm like
stairs or
hanging-
anybody behind me.
I'm like
Hiliki,
hanging on the back to look
with
like
your-
the cloak on Ramanor.
with your perception check, you notice that these stairs are fake. You are now officially allowed to communicate that to people. These stairs are not real, and it's really just a large drop down.
She looks at it and she remembers this from last time, but she's glad that she can finally just like actually say it out loud. So she's like, the stairs, not real. It's actually like boom down. So don't do that. I did spider across the ceiling, it worked better for me. But like boom down, yeah, it's deep.
With your 300 feet of dark vision, you look down and you can see that there seems to be kind of a squishy bottom down there. You don't know what it is, but it's not solid. So if you were to jump, it doesn't seem like you would be hurt.
Don't I mean
Is there a gap or just a straight
but
fall?
also
Straight fall.
I don't want to fall in there.
It's dark in here, right?
Yep. Pitch black.
Connor's gonna
Well,
look to
300
everybody
feet of
and be like,
dark vision.
I'm going to take a quick gander, and I'll be right back. And he kind of like walks to the edge, and it looks like he drops, but he uses steps of night.
Yeah.
So he starts to float down.
Okay, cool. As you float down, are you going to touch the ground?
No.
Okay, cool.
He's
you float
gonna
down,
like kind of step like nearby, just be like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
and you see the walls are lined with the same squishy, writhing mess.
Everybody's
I'm gonna try and
hear
athletics
it
his way down.
from the
Yeah, sure,
the
Robin.
stone,
Go ahead
like,
and athletics your way down.
The walls are a bit squishy.
The 25.
Like, kind of
All
like
right, Robinor,
in
you
between.
jump down and you take out. Do you have an axe or anything, or do you just have two hammers?
2 hammers.
Okay, you have two hammers. Okay, so you take your bare fucking hands and you just thud it into the wall and hang for a second, and then just keep doing it, creating holes in the wall as you're going down.
So what you're telling me, this is Goliath from Gargoyles, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. So he drops onto the ground, and your feet sink about 5 inches into the ground before you reach purchase on something solid. You look around, and you can see the walls are lined, and the ceiling is lined with the same whatever substance this is, and you can see Connor floating about 5 feet above the ground.
Heliki's also gonna fly down and touch nothing.
Okay.
Koresh is going to pop out the wings, and I'm assuming because like did Az like go with Connor? Is she just like backpacking on this man's?
Nope.
She's just standing there. She has
can-
no
you can-
idea.
You can backpack
As-
on Ramonor. I'm sure he
as-
can carry you.
Az is just gonna quick feel out, and Koresh has just like lifted her off the ground and is taking her down.
All right, cool. Ramonor, since you're the only one touching ground, this is gonna function as hard terrain or rough terrain. I'm sorry. Your movement is halved.
Really?
So what else is in this area that
Give me a
they could all
perception check.
see?
Take a what? Perception?
Perception check, yeah.
For all of us, or just Connor?
Oh, yeah.
29.
29, 15,
15.
18.
18, 17.
Actually, hold on. As they kind of like start floating down,
Have a
because we're not stealthed anymore, Az summons her sunblade from her hand and activates it, and that thing. Hold on.
Well, we all have 300 feet of dark
Would it
vision.
be,
I
do we
know.
not?
Would it be difficult terrain for someone my size, though?
Yes, it's very sticky.
Okay.
The sword's luminous blade emits bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for another 15 feet.
Dude,
Just
that
light
doesn't-
is sunlight.
That doesn't do anything extra for you.
I know, but it's just nice to have light.
Okay.
Oh, and the moment that she gets within like 10 feet of Connor, his steps of night just cancels out because it needs to be in dim light or darkness.
So, Connor,
It did, well, like she would
Connor,
have to
you
be
hit the-
within 15 feet of you for it to do that.
You are all of pretty close, Connor. You are officially out. You're
Yeah,
on the ground.
I just plop. What the fuck?
Koresh just kind of like hovering.
And plus,
flapping
dark
away.
vision doesn't like as far as I'm aware, dark vision doesn't let you see like colors and
Nope.
things.
It
So
doesn't.
having the light of the sunblade gives us a little more edge.
Every so often, just prestidigitation flares.
Connor at this point just like
fairy fire.
rolls his
but
eyes, but like, Why? When I give you all dark vision.
Color.
Dark vision doesn't let you see color. There is a bug on my desk.
He just shrugs. He just shrugs and be like, all right, well, let's just go.
Okay. So you guys start to walk through,
Smack.
and you walk into a large room about 50 feet across and 50 feet wide as well. And the ceilings are about 10 feet high. And so just taller than Raminor. And you guys hear slithering around the floor what here seems to be snakes. And that's going to end our episode today.
Oh. I was like, Kiliki's immediately going with a speak with animals, but okay. Snake.
You.
Snakes.
Hey, guess what? We're
Why
immune
did
to
it have to
poison.
be snakes?
What'd you say?
And hey, guess what? We're immune to poison.
Hey, you're immune to poison. It's true. But I'm not
Yeah.
going to change it just to make it harder for you guys. This is what you got. You guys prepared yourselves. So here we are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Well, guys,
Okay.
thanks so
You're
much
just
for
intending
being
to make
here.
breakfast.
Thanks so much for being here. We hope you enjoy today's episode. It was a good episode today. Remember, follow our episodes. Follow our socials. Join our Discord if you want to hear all the early announcements. And if you want to be a part of like our talkback show when we're done. I've got some errands I need to run at 9 p.m. so I need to go. But hey, it's you guys have a good time. So thanks for
Such
being here,
late
and we'll see you soon.
errands.
Yeah, it's just how life is sometimes. So, all right, guys, thanks for being here, and we hopefully will see you next week.
Emotional damage.
That should have been the title for today.
That should
That should have been the title for today.
Underrated.
Oh
I
my
ain't gonna
god!
lie,
Put
bro.
that
I
as
didn't
the
hear about
YouTube
Devin
title.
Morris until,
Make that the
like,
title for the YouTube.
Technically, I could actually
I didn't even know
update
if he
it.
was dropping music.
Do it.
I could actually update the channel.
Forward movement to change this episode to emotional damage.
I don't care.
Could just be colorless emotional damage.
It's either emotional damage or parental neglect. It has to be one or the other.
Parental neglect? What?
He said, "Dads, what are those?"
Oh my god. Okay. Well, thank you all for coming tonight. We
It's a
love
pleasure
you.
as always. We will see you
ya.
all next week. Same time,
Bye,
same
everyone.
hell, and probably same cliffhanger at the end. So
Bye.
later, folks.
Bye.
Hopefully, Larry's mom didn't scream at the screen this time.
She has messaged me with snakes? ? A million.